You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the number one way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you. See you, see you.
Celebrity designer Jeff Lewis is back with Hollywood House Lift.
I'm excited to be working with new clients.
I'm not getting rid of that.
I hope I never see you both again.
An all-new season.
Those have to go. That has to go.
From oh, wow,
It's been an actual nightmare.
to oh, wow.
This is such an upgrade.
With celebrities like Josh Duhamel, Christina Ricci, and Gina Rodriguez.
Dazzle me, Jeff.
It looks like Chuck E. Cheese.
Stream an all-new season of Hollywood House Lift with Jeff Lewis, now streaming on Freevee.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes, because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
It's time now for the Conservative Curmudgeon Radio Show. Now, here's Grouchy.
Good evening and welcome in, everybody. It's been a little while. It's good to be back. And, excuse me. Rick, I don't know if everything sounded normal on your end, but the intro music faded almost to the point where I couldn't hear it. And then the glass shattering was plenty loud.
Yeah, I was playing with a setting just to test something. So
there you go. So Rick was playing on his end by himself, and not with, by. He's going to mute me here in a minute, but anyway, good to be back. Let's see. Tonight is an alternate Wednesday compared to an alternate Wednesday of last week. So that means after me, there is a FUBAR. Damn, that's good. Good to see Foo and Orty back in the saddle, separate saddles, not the same saddles. They don't do that ever since the whole donkey farm thing. But, and it's glorious, and you're going to want to be here for it. And I have no damn clue what's coming after.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, bring them out. We want the redhead.
There will be nothing after FUBAR this evening. There was supposed to be Rick and Orty, but he has to work at 4 a.m. and everybody that usually fills in for him is on vacation right now. So.
Okay, so he's actually going to give deference to his paying job and not his.
I know, right?
Job.
You're supposed to you're supposed to play hooky, sir. Come on now.
I mean,
anyway,
I would like to play hooky. I wish there was a way that we could move like in the summertime. If I could be like on Thursday night, that would be a whole lot better. But that sucks. So I mean, I hate to do that for 9 weeks and then change back. So,
Yeah, but besides, there's somebody parked right in the middle of the spot you'd want to use anyway. So,
well, it doesn't really matter. They can move. It's
fuck those guys. I want Thursday.
Don't they know who the fuck I am?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's so good to be back. It really is. I hate missing. And I mean that. I hate missing. I like doing this. And my work schedule over the summer is the most unconducive bullshit. Thank you, Orty. He got my reference of We Want the Redhead. Yes. It is a classic Pirates of the Caribbean ride reference. Absolutely. Glad somebody got it.
Orty picks up all the cultural references people throw down. Even I miss some of them because, I didn't catch that one.
But, yeah. So look, tonight is going to be my last show for a few weeks. And again, this is because of my summer work schedule. It is just an absolute pain in the ass. It gets me home right around 6 o'clock Central Time, and then I'm on the air at 7, which means I don't have time to eat, which means I have to cook dinner after this, and I can't eat late because then I can't go to sleep, and which means I'm going to wake up at 4:45 in the morning to go back to work having slept for about 3 hours. It's just an absolute bitch of a schedule. And I have so many summer projects going on this year that there is no way around it. So the plan for right now is possibly, fingers crossed, I'm going to try to jump back on at Toxic at the end of the month. And then I'm going to do either the July 3rd show, which I think might be rough with all the travel stuff that happens around the 4th. And I was thinking if not the 3rd, then the following Wednesday, I guess the 10th, I would be back and then bounce from there to Toxic at the end of July. And then when August hits, all will be well again.
Slacker.
Yes, it is 9 weeks of pure hell, and if I can squeeze 3 shows in over 9 weeks, I'll be doing really good.
That's all right. People will hate me by the end of it, but I will figure out a way to keep your seat warm while you're gone.
I do appreciate that, and direct the hate to me. And if they want to discuss it with me, I'm more than happy to tell them to fuck off. So I couldn't possibly care less about anybody else's feelings. I've been doing this for a long time, and if they don't like the way I do it, then they can piss off. How's that?
I'm okay with it. You know me.
Yeah, you've always worked with me on this. You understand what it is and what I got to do. So,
well, I mean, it's like I tell everybody else. You guys all do this as a hobby. I'm the one trying to make a business out of it. So,
oh, there you go, there you go. And I've been here since almost day one. You've been here since day one. But who was next?
Well, I was going to say the original crew was actually me, Dave, Steve Long, and Denny C. And then you came in because that was 2011. And then you and I were talking on Facebook, I think late 2011, early 2012. And then you jumped over to Twitter, and I resisted because I couldn't figure it out. And then we went from having like 10,000 post engagements every time we posted anything to having none. So I was like, fuck it. I'll see what this Twitter thing's about. And then I think I set up my account. I think it was 2015. I think I'm headed towards, it'll be 10 years next November. But a lot of people don't know this, but I originally started my Twitter life as a penguin avatar with a yellow Gadsden flag
Yes,
t-shirt.
you did, Wobbles.
Yep, you remember. Yeah, a lot of people don't. But yeah, that's one of the things when everybody's like, I don't know how to do any of this, and I don't know how you, and I'm just like, dude, I didn't know how to do when I started either, and look at everything that I've managed to do now. You just that's the thing, and I don't mean to turn this show into that show, but that's the thing. If there's something that you want to do, just start doing it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to learn along the way anyway.
It doesn't matter which hand you use.
Well,
just spit on it. I mean, wow, crickets. That's rough. That's rough.
I'm just serious. And that's because it's the same thing that I run into with everybody. Like anytime I start trying to onboard a new show, or even if it's something else that I'm working on, they're like, I don't want to do it until it's perfect. I'm like, if you wait until it's perfect, it's never going to work.
Exactly.
Because you're never going to get started. But
hey, you know what live radio means? in Latin, it means imperfect.
Exactly.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, and to me, that's half the fun. Like I was at a meeting with a new partner, not this weekend, but the weekend before, and we're just sitting there. And it was after they actually took me to lunch. I was like, okay, so if we're signing contracts, next lunch is on me because you're not the only ones getting write-offs, fucker. But so we're just sitting there shooting the shit after the meeting, and it's 3 guys, and they're basically talking shit about each other, and they're like, yeah, and this is our resident Mormon, but we don't hold it against him. Without missing a beat, I was like, hey, me and you need to talk about this magic underwear thing because I just don't get it. And they all just started dying laughing. They're like, what the hell? I'm like, dude, I do live radio 5 days a week, sometimes multiple times a day.
That's it.
You either get quick or you get dead. It's one of the two.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. God. See, man, that's why it's so great to just have these conversations just loose and free like this every now and then, and forget the damn scripted part of the show. I mean, we can always pick up into that, but man, good stuff.
Well, I mean, to be fair, normally I tried to stay out of your show because before when I would cut into it, it sounded like shit. But I have better equipment now, so.
Can't hide money. Can't hide money.
But yeah, I will say after getting used to some of this stuff, I really wish I had pulled the trigger on this stuff at least 6 years ago, because I have no idea how much further along I would be, because it got to the point where I would go back and listen to the shows that I was putting out, and I'm like, I'm not promoting that. It sounds like shit. And it wasn't because the content was bad or anything. It just literally sounded like it was coming in through a transistor radio, and I was like, oh no, not doing it.
Yeah, I mean that's
not
fair.
Doing it.
We've had some rough spots along the way as far as equipment failure and
failures to launch and all of the above.
We've seen a lot of shit over. God, what's it been? 10 years now.
Yeah, you're headed towards 10.
Yeah. And
actually, hang on. Well, it won't. I don't think it'll. It might, because I think this account's been. No, because I don't think it let me change the name. I was gonna look, because it will usually tell me when the first show under that name started, but I think we're coming up on 10 years, if not a little bit past it.
I thought we might be past it already.
I should be able to find out, because Good Pods actually keeps track of whenever the first show under that name dropped. So hang on a second.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we'll talk a little bit about this interview that Biden was doing.
Oh, good God.
With Time Magazine.
Oh, and, dude, I sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to say this. I had a piece with Harry Sisson reacting to that was bad enough that Sam actually pulled it on me. I was like,
I actually have muted him and John from Jersey and the Deadbeat Dad, and I've muted that whole crowd.
Yeah, I got the "This is too blue for Twitchy" speech from Sam again. I was like, damn it, I thought I was doing better. She's like, you could always try to rewrite it. And I'm like, nah, I've already done 10 in like 3 days. I think pulling one's not really gonna hurt
I think
much.
Harry, every time that Harry sees Joe on TV, he tries to skin his rabbit, if you know what I mean. And,
see, these are the things that got me in trouble. And I even tried to pick the less racy of them, and it still didn't make the cut.
Skin his rabbit, Rick. That's not too racy for Twitchy. That'll get the Sam vote of approval, I'm sure.
Probably not. She's in chat. She's in chat right now, so we can always wait for her to answer. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a no in caps lock. It looks like it's because it's a different URL than the one that we used to use. According to Good Pods, it's only been active since 2018, but I'm pretty sure it was around, I'm going to say April of 14, because you had been going for a little over a year when we met at SRLC in May of 15. So I'm going to say April 14. So you just crossed 10 years.
10 years. It's been a great decade, bro.
Some days you've hated me, but there's that.
I've never hated you.
Just wanted to throw things at me.
Well, I mean, I reached that point with everybody at some point or another.
This is true.
But anyway, so the Time Magazine reporter, he goes, he asked Biden, whose fault is it that the ceasefire for hostages has not been consummated? Is it Hamas or Israel or both? So Biden says, Hamas could end this tomorrow. Hamas could say, and then he mumbled something that the reporter couldn't even make out. And done, period. And the last offer Israel made was very generous in terms of who they'd be willing to release and what they'd give in return, etc. Bibi is under enormous pressure on the hostages, so he's prepared to do about anything to get the hostages back. This sounds like a guy that's really on top of his game, right?
Sounds like Boomhauer.
Yeah, I mean, so the reporter comes back. You mentioned the hunger in Gaza. Some have alleged that Israel is intentionally using starvation of civilians as a method of warfare. Do you think that's the case? Biden says, no, I do not think that. I think they've engaged in activity that is inappropriate, that is when I went over immediately after the Hamas's brutal, and I'm quoting Biden here now, so I'm doing this on purpose. It's not because I'm trying to mock him or anything. This is his exact quotation as given by Time magazine. So I went over after the Hamas's brutal attack. I said then, and it became public, I said, don't make the same mistake we did going after bin Laden. Don't try the idea of occupying Afghanistan, the idea that you had nuclear arsenals in Iran that were Iraq. This is him, mind slipping and re-engaging that were being generated. Simply not true. And it led to endless wars. They were not true. Don't make the mistakes we made, and they're making that mistake, I think. So, to me, it's not surprising that the president who oversaw the disaster of a withdrawal from Afghanistan would want to portray the entire 2-decade U.S. mission in Afghanistan and the invasion of Iraq as futile, pointless gestures that did nothing to protect America but costed a great deal in blood and treasure. It's really remarkable to hear the President of the United States describing the U.S. fighting the war on terror as a mistake. And also, it bears reminding that then Vice President Biden advised President Barack Obama to not launch the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. He was against it. His instincts are dovish, and largely because of his age, shaped by Vietnam. This is part of why former Secretary of Defense and CIA Director Robert Gates infamously labeled Biden, quote, wrong on nearly every major foreign policy and national security issue over the past 4 decades. And he's spot on. There's rarely a hostile foreign dictator that Biden isn't convinced he can get to see reason and reach a deal with. And Biden's preeminent fear is that any U.S. action will be perceived as an escalation. So the reporter hits back. Some in Israel have suggested that Netanyahu is prolonging the war for his own political self-preservation. Do you believe that? And Biden says, this is even faster than on Twitter. Okay, Biden says, I'm not going to comment on that. There is every reason for people to draw that conclusion. I'm like, what the hell? You just said you weren't going to comment on it, and then you commented on it. I mean, literally, sentence to sentence. What's that?
I said, yeah,
just, what the hell's this guy? He's sharp as a tack, though, right? I mean, he's just on game, ready to go. What a moron.
Well, according to Joe Scarborough, I think that was who said it, MSNBC dude, I think.
Yeah.
He's smarter and more sharp than any Republican Speaker of the House in the last 20, 30 years. So there's that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. That's what he said.
I would put my knowledge up against Biden's, and I'm not even a Speaker of the House. I could be if the dumb bastards would elect me.
I would put my 4-year-old daughter's knowledge up against Joe Biden, or 4-year-old granddaughter's knowledge up against Joe Biden at this point. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyway, Biden continued to say, I would cite that as before the war began, the blowback he was getting from the Israeli military for wanting to change the change the court. And so it's an internal domestic debate that seems to have no consequence. And whether he would change his position or not, it's hard to say, but it has not been helpful. So again, this guy who said, I'm not going to comment on that, goes on to stammer through a paragraph of commenting on the question. It's amazing. I don't know. Did anybody watch today while he was in France? Did he speak today, or does he speak tomorrow?
I don't honestly know.
I've been looking for footage because I'm convinced, and I told somebody today that I would bet a paycheck, and that's a nice thing these days. So don't get me wrong here. This is not something I say lighthearted. That he would mention Beau, his son, having died as part of the D-Day remembrance. And they looked at me like I was crazy, and I was like, just put your paycheck down. I'll go paycheck to paycheck with you. And he thought about it for a minute, and he said, I'll pass.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because I guarantee you he will work the death of his son into that speech.
Oh, somebody's already made a joke about it.
It doesn't surprise me.
I saw it on X. My son Beau died D-Day in Normandy.
There you go. I mean, it's exactly what you expect. Anyway. Crap. Hey, we're bottom of the hour. I think we need to take a break. Stretch your legs, refill your drinks, whatever you got to do, unnumb your ass. I don't know what you guys do on your break when we take this 4-minute stop at the bottom of the hour, but let's take it. And when we come back, we'll finish the hour out and get you into the next hour. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. Let's do that.
All right.
You're listening to the Conservative Curmudgeon Radio Show live on KLRNradio.com. Back after these messages.
Damn skippy.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the #1 way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you. See you, see you.
Celebrity designer Jeff Lewis is back with Hollywood House Lift.
I'm excited to be working with new clients.
I'm not getting rid of that.
I hope I never see you both again.
An all-new season.
Those have to go. That has to go.
From oh, wow,
It's been an actual nightmare.
to oh, wow.
This is such an upgrade.
With celebrities like Josh Duhamel, Christina Ricci, and Gina Rodriguez.
Dazzle me, Jeff.
It looks like Chuck E. Cheese.
Stream an all-new season of Hollywood House Lift with Jeff Lewis, now streaming on Freevee.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, welcome back. Top of the hour is coming at you in 24 minutes, and that will be FUBAR time. Love me some Sam and Orty, and if I wasn't going to be stuffing my face so I can crawl into bed, I would be listening, but I will be tuned into them first thing in the morning as I drive to my first job site of the day. Anyway.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun. You can tear open my shirt and show you the S on my chest. It might be an H tonight though for heartburn. We'll see.
I thought I was under the I was told on good authority there's a G on your chest, sir, not an S.
Well, you know, there's a spot for that. Anyway.
Thanks for giving me lots of excuses to use that particular sound effect tonight.
All right. So anyway, in case you missed it, Mexico elected a new president, and she is of Jewish descent and is a hard leftist. So, the left, of course, they celebrate these kinds of things. They love a Jewish Mexican female president. So, because she's a first. And this is where the left shows their hypocrisy, because they will welcome a first anything except for apparently a first convicted felon Republican president. So, all their talks about voting rights for felons and this and that and the other, it's all hypocrisy and for show and pandering, and they're just full of shit, just in general.
Well, so, and this is something that I've been trying to make everybody understand for like the last week. It's like, these are the same people that keep telling us felons are people too, and they still deserve rights, and they deserve this, and they deserve that. Unless they're Lord Spraytan, and then bets are off.
It doesn't even have to be Lord Spraytan. It could be anybody that opposes them and their agenda. That's when the tune changes. Because they wouldn't care if it was Lord Spraytan. They wouldn't care if it was Rand Paul. They wouldn't care. It could be anybody. But you know what? We've had some people in the White House that have done some sketchy shit. We just happen to have one that has now been convicted of some sketchy shit. Is he going to pardon himself if he wins the election? Well, of course he is.
Let's just be honest. If you could do that, would you do it? Because I know I would.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, look, I know neither one of these guys are spring chickens, okay? They're both old as shit. But it just, yeah, he's going to do it because, first of all, as a felon, he can't travel internationally. And we know that's not going to, Here's the other thing, too. If they start talking jail time for Trump, he's a former president. He has to have Secret Service.
Oh no, they're working. They're actually starting to try to do the process to strip that now. It's already underway.
So they want to strip his Secret Service, even though he would still have knowledge of top secret confidential information.
Apparently, that's what the rumor mill is, that if they get him in prison, they want his Secret Service detail pulled.
I mean, you would think he would need it more then than any time, but that's exactly what they want, though. So yeah, I get that. So okay, I mean that's because that led to my next question would be, are they going to build a separate jail for him, or? I mean,
well, according to Scarborough, they just want him. He wants them to put like a double wide trailer or something out by the fence and just throw him in there.
Okay. I don't listen to those assholes, so I don't know what they say.
I kind of have to now. I kind of wish I didn't, but I kind of have to now.
So anyway, going backwards here, this new Mexican president, is coming in on the heels of Joe Biden suddenly finding the testicles related to border security that he's been claiming for 3.5 years that he doesn't have. And, he's basically enacting everything that he reversed on day one of his administration that Trump had enacted and that the Democrats sued Trump over. So now it's all cool, though, because we got another 20 million illegals in. So if we combine that with the 11 to 15 that fall under this big DACA umbrella from Obama's administration, we're now looking at 30 to 40 million illegals in the country that will bear children and have grandchildren and will become voters eventually. And we know what they're planning for with that, but it just, it's disgusting to think that that's their long game plan. Especially with the way that Biden is losing ground in the polls with blacks and Hispanics because of his extremism. Excuse me. They don't, neither of those demographics like the idea of men competing in women's sports and all that kind of bullshit like that Biden is all about. And, especially the Hispanics, they're not big on abortion at all. And I know there are plenty that still use it, but by and large, the Hispanic community is not big on abortion, and literally not big on abortion on demand. So it's the extreme, points of his administration that's causing him to lose ground with these demographics. And I'm gonna tell you something. The numbers I saw the other day, they had Trump polling at 24% with Black Americans. If Trump pulls 24% of the Black vote in November, Biden is through.
Did you hear that one of the original founders of the Black Panther Party endorsed him?
Yes, I did.
I was kind of shocked by that. Not once I read everything that he said, but
right.
I was like,
right, yeah. I mean, and that's going to resonate with a specific demographic within that demographic, and that's going to be that whole Vietnam era of voter. That's where that's going to resonate. And he's absolutely just wrecking all polling data right now, and it's amazing. I'm telling you, if he pulls 24% in the general in November, it's over. There's no way in hell Biden overcomes that.
No, I mean, I agree. The only thing, and this has been my only concern the entire time, is as of today, we are exactly 5 months from Election Day. This reminds me of the opening race between Paul Walker's character and Vin Diesel's character in The Fast and the Furious, where kid pops the nos too soon, and he's like, "Too soon, Junior." I kind of feel like that's where we are. Because everybody's already taken the victory lap and looking at the numbers and going, "There's no way," and blah blah blah.
Oh, hey, look! There's no victory lap to be taken.
Well, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying I see it everywhere on social media. And
sure.
I heard Dana say something today that I've been saying for a while, and that is, don't let the fact that the media is trying to tell you that it's going to be a runaway for the Republicans keep you home, because that's what happened in 2022.
Oh yeah, you got to go vote no matter what. You got to go vote. And sadly, the only loser in this election is we the people. I mean, really.
It's been that way for a while, though, if we're being honest.
It has, and it's sad. It's sad when it devolves to that point, to where, decent people don't want anything to do with it because it's such a shit show. I don't. That's politics in general for you. It's matriculated from the national level down to the state level, and you're even starting to see it down to your local levels in the county elections. And I mean, I've got a guy here that's mayor, and there's the former mayor before him is so embittered that he wants to be mayor again that he actually has his own little, mudslinging campaign for mayor of a small coastal Alabama town that nets you probably $40,000 a year in salary.
Hey, don't judge the guy who's trying to be the next boss hog, bro.
I'm just saying, man. It's just, neither one of them need the money. They're both set for life. The current mayor is an attorney, and he's quite good, and his wife is worth 10 times more than he is from her family money. And the other guy he's got his fingers into about 8-10 different businesses that all do just fine around here. So neither one is hurting. And all I can think of is, all you want to do is stand up on a tub and say, "Look at me."
Well, I mean, that's what politics has turned into.
And that's why decent people want nothing to do with it. Because they just don't want to be dragged through the damn mud over and over, have their family's history brought up even though they have no control over it. And, it never ends. It never ends. And if it's getting down to small town Alabama mayors, it might as well be the damn dog catcher. But anyway, going backwards here. We're going further and further backwards. So it remains to be seen what this new Mexican president will do for migrants trying to cross Mexico, because, they cross into Mexico illegally too. So it just remains to be seen whether she's going to be of any use in trying to help neutralize what's been the immigration policy, for lack of a better word, for the last several years, which is basically just keep the herd moving. And I don't know. I guess we'll just wait and see. Like I said, Biden's now talking about giving Customs and Border Patrol the authority to turn people back on the spot.
I'm pretty sure they're supposed to have that already.
Well, I just read that he was granting that to them, so it could be that that's done already.
Well, no, I'm just saying, isn't that their job description?
Well, I mean, when you get told that your job is to basically facilitate them entering safely, and then you get told you can start turning them back, obviously there's some questions,
I mean, I have lots of questions, but
Yeah, exactly. So, and you got, of course, Biden is using the conviction of Trump to pound him over the head with it, and Trump is turning around and now pointing out that Biden is enacting all of his policies that he reversed on day one of his administration, and it's just a huge, huge shit show. And of course, of all the people with all the audacity to step up and say something stupid, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said legislation on immigration would have been more effective, but Republican intransigence has forced the president's hand. Hey, Chuck, fuck you. I mean, really, just fuck you.
I mean, do we have to? Can we send in a pinch hitter or something?
Well, we can let Menendez do it. How about that?
Okay, that works.
They like each other. and Menendez likes to swing. I guess Chuck's too old for him, though. Because Menendez is, Menendez was not on the on the Epstein client list, but he has his own friend with a private island down in the Caribbean that takes care of things like that. Menendez he's just as filthy a pig as the rest of them that are on that list.
I mean, some people eventually decide their age restrictions don't matter as much. Just saying.
I mean,
Just saying.
I have a tree chipper for them.
Not that far, perv.
Oh, okay.
Bit of an inside joke. I think you've been off.
Well, yeah, we need. I kind of got where you were going, but I just wanted to make sure we delineated.
yeah. No need for the wood chipper to go butter this time.
Okay. We're all good there. So that's and now we got the former White House doctor saying that Biden's mental issues are more pressing and are causing a concern for national security. Pelosi says that who was it? The Journal did a meeting with both Republicans and Democrats talking about Biden and his mental state, and and Pelosi says, well, they took the time and they spent all that time with us and our firsthand experiences where we see his wisdom and experience and strength and strategic thinking, and they ignored all of that and turned it into a hit piece for the Republicans. When have you ever known the Journal to do that?
Never.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, hey, look, it's getting close It's getting close. Are we ready?
That's what she said.
Yeah, we are ready for G's guaranteed happy ending. And tonight, two barbers, and I love a common man story, okay? Two barbers who dropped everything to save a little girl from running into traffic say they're just simply dads with lucky timing. Surveillance video posted on the Instagram account of Look Sharp Barbershop owner Osvaldo Lugo and his employee Rafael Santana shows the pair racing out of the establishment after a young girl who ran down the road by herself. Santana said that he was cutting hair in the East Hartford barbershop when he saw a small pink reflection whiz by the window. I said, "Yo, there's a little girl by herself." At the shop, we joke around all day to make the hours go by, so I'm glad my coworkers believe me. Santana is a father of 4 with another baby on the way, said he's always vigilant, especially in public. He says, "I always have to keep an eye on my kids." He and Lugo ran out the door, chased the little girl who was heading toward a busy intersection. As Lugo's Instagram video shows, Lugo caught up with her at the crosswalk. And Lugo himself, a father of 3, said that while running, he kept thinking to himself, "You better get to her on time." As the shop and building owner, he said, "I have a responsibility to this corner of the street. When I grabbed her, she was yelling for her mom. I looked around and saw her mom at the bus stop, around the corner." Lugo walked the little girl back to her mother, who Lugo says seemed confused and shocked, but grateful. And then with their clients waiting, the men returned to the barber shop. East Hartford Mayor Connor Martin awarded Santana and Lugo with hero certificates, and the local PD publicly commended them, not condemned them, Seymour, you idiot. God. Heroic barbers to the rescue on the headline of the paper. Give a massive shout out to these dudes, solid dudes, loving the kids in their community. Osvaldo Lugo and Rafael Santana of Look Sharp Barbershop. You can find them on Facebook and on Instagram. So that's it. That's the show. If you like it, tell your friends. If your friends like it, you need new ones. But they and you are welcome here with me on Wednesday nights. And I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back right here on KLRN Radio. I'm your host, The Grouch. Peace, and stay tuned for FUBAR.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.